Now this probably won't come as any surprise, but the big food companies don't give a shit about you or your health. Their sole raison d'etre is stomach share, and they will do whatever's necessary to increase their portion. How often have you started in on some salty snack or a carton of ice cream, and the next thing you know, the container's empty and you've eaten far more than you intended? Well, we've all been there, and we knew full well that we were indeed gorging on a nutrient-void, indulgent treat. But what if most of the food we eat at mealtimes is equally bad? And what if our diets are so unhealthy but so addictive that the decisions we make about what to eat is beyond our conscious awareness? How would you feel to know that the actual cause of the soaring rates of obesity and diabetes is simply the result of a wide-scale addiction to processed food that in some cases is even more addictive than alcohol, cigarettes, and opioids? Now, the latest evidence is rather conclusive that the food giants have managed to engineer much of the food we eat so that it's cheap, attractive, convenient, and wildly addictive. In fact, New York Times investigative reporter Michael Moss, he spent 4 years prying open the secrets of the food industry's scientists and neuroscientists who have most cleverly figured out that whatever happens on the tongue triggers a response in the brain. That's why the main focus of the food industry isn't about nutrition. It's all about neuroscience and how to make food both hyper-palatable and irresistible. In other words, we are being systematically overfed and undernourished. And make no mistake, this is all done by deliberate design. In fact, Michael Moss says he was totally surprised by how much math, science, regression analysis, and energy food scientists were putting into finding the perfect amount of salt, sugar, and fat that will ensure that we consume as much as possible. To understand the research, you need to speak the lingo. For example, there's mouthfeel, maximum bite force, and the most important concept, sensory-specific satiety, which is the rate at which a food product loses its appeal as it's being eaten. See, if the taste builds too much or too quickly, consumption stops. And it's critical to the corporate bottom line that snacks are eaten non-stop until the packet is finished. Now, I don't know about you, but I get pretty pissed when I see an unsuspecting public, and especially children, being manipulated, conned, programmed, and lied to, especially when it's making them fat and unhealthy. As a culture, we've gone after the tobacco companies for advertising to children, but when it comes to the big food companies, we sit idly by and do nothing. But the fact is, the toll taken on our public health by a poor diet is starting to actually dwarf the damage that was caused by tobacco. On an individual basis, all we need to do to overcome this problem and take complete control is to simply make sure that most of what we eat is real food. That's it. If you saw my last post, you will have seen that you can actually eat as much food as you want, and you'll quite likely lose weight in the process. And all you had to do was to make sure that most of what you were eating was real food. See, when we eat real food, nutritious food, our brain's satiety regulators begin working again. So not only are we consuming nutrients, but we're no longer overeating. And that's all there is to it. When you go to a supermarket, start avoiding any product that claims to be healthy. Cookies are not a sensible solution. Chips and crackers are not sources of whole grains and fiber. So consider this. When was the last time you saw real food, such as an apple, a head of lettuce, or a T-bone steak, try to convince you of its nutritional value? See, eating healthy doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, if you avoid all the processed garbage and simply eat real food, you'll never need to take vitamins, minerals, or supplements because they're all readily available in something called food. In fact, all you have to do is follow the simple, timeless advice given by food author Michael Pollan, which he so eloquently summed up in just 7 words. Eat food, not too much, mostly plants. See, the sum total of your life will come down to the choices made. And if you don't consciously make your own choices, someone else will do it for you. And if they do, rest assured, you won't like the results. So here's the thing. When you learn how to master your health, diet, and lifestyle, you will enjoy a lifetime of confidence and well-being. And there's an added bonus. You'll be sending a message to the big food companies to fuck off. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.